My name is Isuji. When I was in high school, a popular upperclassman told me that he liked me.
I like you. Would you go out with me?
However, the other girls that liked that boy found out and started bullying me. Every morning, I threw up from the stress and couldn't go to school on my own. I had my parents drive me to school while I sat gripping a plastic bag. I became unable to sleep and went to visit a psychiatrist in secret.
You just want to get out of school, don't you?
But my period has also stopped.
If that's the case, why don't you go to a gynecologist? There's a lot of you, weak students who don't have any grit.
I was shocked. During my second year of high school, my parents allowed me to change schools, but by then, a bomb had already been planted in my heart and my head. After that, I led a normal student life and started university, but when I started looking for a job during my junior year... It's morning. I have to get up. Huh? What's going on? My head and body feel so heavy. I can't get up. No, I have an early class today. I have to get up. What's happening? I can't think straight. I feel sick. This feeling. It was like this in high school too. I can't get up. I'm going to lie down again.
Susuji, you're going to be late. Are you still sleeping? Are you feeling bad? Are you okay?
Yeah, maybe a little. I don't think I can go to school today. I was able to answer her properly, and I was conscious, but it was like my head was still asleep. I was so out of it that if you were to ask me to add double-digit numbers together, I wouldn't be able to do it. I really couldn't make myself get up. Even getting out of bed was too much of a challenge. I couldn't figure out the reason why. This is strange. University is fun. It's not like I'm worried about anything either. That day, around lunchtime, my head finally cleared up and started working again. I was able to go to work in the evening. But from that day, I started feeling awful in the mornings. I was in no condition to go to university. I was lucky that my mom was so understanding. I went to the same psychiatrist as before with my mother.
You just want to skip school.
There's no way that's right.
After my mom snapped, we went to a different psychiatrist.
You have depression. The doctor you went to before misdiagnosed you because your symptoms are close to what is now being considered a new kind of depression.
Huh? A new kind of depression?
It is also known as atypical depression. With depression, typical symptoms include loss of interest in activities you used to enjoy and feeling sad. With atypical depression, you remain interested in things you enjoy but react strongly to things that you dislike.
Huh.
We have noticed that young women who suffer from atypical depression often have dealt with some sort of past trauma.
Huh?
Also, there are doctors who refuse to admit that atypical depression even exists, that it is simply the feeling of wanting to skip out on something. Just as the name suggests, this type of depression is new to us, and there is still a lot that we don't understand about it. But there is no doubt that there is something affecting your brain and lowering your quality of life. Is there anything in your past that could have caused this? Are you blaming yourself for something?
I was shocked. I thought that after I transferred schools that I escaped from the cause of my depression, but the bullying had continued to eat away at me. The depression had progressed slowly until one day, I suddenly wasn't able to move. The doctor explained that fixing my depression would take twice the time it took for it to develop. But because of my mother's understanding and support, I recovered at a miraculous speed and was then able to lead a normal life. I'm going now, but my depression came back. I'm never going to be a normal person again. I put in my request for a leave of absence at my school too late and ended up repeating a year. Together with my depression treatment, I graduated when I was 25. Trying to find a job was difficult.
Can I ask why you repeated a year and took time off from school?
It was to treat an illness.
May I ask what kind of illness?
It was depression. When I answered that it was depression, I immediately failed that interview. The only person who understood what I was going through was my coworker from my part-time job. He was very responsible and his work was neat. He was also polite, and he offered me a full-time position. When I look back on it, the scariest moment was when I couldn't move anymore. I can't remember anything. I only remember being in pain. Depression crushes your thoughts. Welcome! I think there are many people like me who live normally, but suddenly became unable to do anything one day. I still wonder how I could have avoided the depression. People like me, who were bullied and had a ticking time bomb inside of them. I wonder if they'll be able to find a way to defuse it in time. How can we help depressed people whose lives have been shattered? I think I really want to find a way.
ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。目に見えないからこそ理解されにくい、分かりにくい心の病気。どこで傷を負ってしまうのか、何にトラウマを抱えてしまうのか、その限度は人それぞれなので、自分は大丈夫と思っていても気づけばうつ病にかかっているかもしれませんね。皆さんはどう感じましたか？コメント欄に書いていただけると嬉しいです。また身内の理解というのは大事だと思った方、チャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。